Hi guys, I'm back with another movie review. Today's video is going to be a movie review of Fear Street Prom Queen. Now, if you didn't know, I have reviewed the other Fear Street movies on my YouTube channel, which all of those movies came out 4 years ago. All of them came out in They all came out in 2021, and I reviewed all of them. And all three movies generally had favorable reviews, basically positive reviews. The first one I gave a 7.5 out of 10, which would be Fear Street Part 1, 1994. The second movie I gave an 8 out of 10, which would be Fear Street Part 2, 1978, and I gave Part 3 at 8.5, which would be Fear Street Part 3, 1666, and while this movie here has been 4 years in the making, this movie has been in development for about 4 years now. And when I heard that they would be coming out with a new one, I was pretty excited. So let's get right into it. So this movie is Fear Street Prom Queen. It came out on Netflix, just like all the other Fear Street movies. This movie came out on May 23rd, 2025. The movie is 90 minutes long, which is about an hour and 30 minutes. So here's what the basic synopsis of the movie is. Someone's killing the prom queen candidates from Shadyside High's class of 1988, and everyone's a suspect. So, this movie has received mixed reviews, and let's get into the reviews. So, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 3 out of 10 based on 35 critics. IGN gave it a 4 out of 10. Metacritic gave it a 4 out of 10 based on 13 critics, and it says it's gotten mixed to average reviews. So, what are my overall thoughts on the movie? Honestly, I've read some reviews about this movie, and a lot of people think this movie is a letdown from the other three Fear Street movies, and I kind of agree. I do think this one is the worst out of the 4 Fear Street movies. So, yeah, it was definitely a letdown from the previous 3. Just the tone of the movie is different from the first 3. And generally, I thought the stories in the first 3 were a lot better. Fear Street Prom Queen is a very simple horror movie. It's a slasher. Now, not saying the other 3 aren't, because the other 3 Fear Street movies, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, are slasher movies, but they had generally better stories. And this one had a very simple story. It was a letdown. I think the first 3 parts are better. So I think this was a letdown, and it's the worst out of the 4 Fear Street movies. The one thing I do have to say after sitting down and watching it, I did enjoy. It was an enjoyable watch because it's a horror movie, but that doesn't save the movie from the review I'm gonna give it. So, out of the 4 Fear Street movies that I have reviewed on my YouTube channel, this one would be the worst in the franchise. I would give Fear Street Prom Queen a 3 out of 10. Now, it's not the best horror movie of this year that I've seen so far, but it's not the worst. This movie is kind of going from average to bad territory, depending on what you think of the movie. Honestly, I think the movie is average. Yes, it is a downgrade from the previous Fear Street movies, but I still had some fun and enjoyment watching it. So I give it a 3 out of 10. I say the movie is average. Um, there's really not much else for me to say about this movie. So I would give it a 3 out of 10, maybe a recommend. And that is movie review of Fear Street Prom Queen. And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace, period.